From the Evening Standard in London, I'm David Marsland, and this is The Leader. The sun is out, the beaches are filling up. It's looking like a great bank holiday. To make it better, there's some good news in an exclusive interview in the Evening Standard with one of the country's top scientists who says we're on track for a final lifting of lockdown restrictions on June 21st. That's when social distancing rules will go. Sir John Bell of Oxford University says people should get out and enjoy life that looks vaguely normal this weekend. But the virus is still out there, and that June 21st date is not guaranteed. That's bad news for our pubs. Many have reopened, but not all, and there are still restrictions. With me now is Emma McClarkin from the British Beer and Pub Association. Emma, your members must be hoping the sun will get the punters out again.
Well, it's been a May that many of us could hope to forget with the rain that we've had, but we are hoping for a sunny weekend. We are hoping that the great British public will go out and support the local pub inside and now outside as well. And hopefully that we'll be able to really help our pub get through this period of time.
Are you expecting a big booming bank holiday weekend?
Well, we would have been expecting far more sales, I have to say. We're expecting to sell 42 million, which sounds great, but actually we'll be losing 21 million of sales than what we would normally have on a bank holiday. So that's going to be hitting profits for our publicans around 34% down. So these are pubs that are still struggling to make a living, struggling to get beyond break even. And so we really need to see the restrictions falling away. It's because of that reduced capacity that we are limited in what we can actually generate in terms of a viable trade.
That might be something that people don't realise. I mean, we've had so many lockdown restrictions lifted recently, but a lot of pubs still can't open.
There are 2,000 pubs actually that are still unable to open because of social distancing restrictions and their inability of their layout to be able to create a viable business from their pub. So the restrictions definitely need to fall away on the 21st of June because those pubs don't even get the chance to open until they do. But similarly, we also have the situation where social distancing in and of itself is causing major restrictions on capacity, but also other restrictions such as table service, for example, and not being able to go and order at the bar. That is causing us to have some serious issues. And some of our pubs simply cannot make a profit without those restrictions being removed. So we are hoping and looking forward to the countdown to freedom.
That must be extremely frustrating, if not deeply worrying for those pubs in that position. I mean, there must be a risk that some of them won't be able to survive until after June 21st if those restrictions aren't lifted.
There is very real jeopardy out there still. And I think that, you know, on a nice day where we see quite a busy looking beer garden, we think everything's all back to normal and it's all rosy. It really isn't. There is significant numbers of pubs still not able to open. Everybody at this moment is unable to get beyond break even. And so, you know, we are still very much in the plight of saving the Great British Pub right now. And I would ask all of our pub goers out there to go out and support your local this weekend.
So go out and have a drink, but presumably stick to those regulations and restrictions so you don't jeopardise that lockdown lifting on the 21st.
I think that the Great British pub goers, they've done a great job in actually being hugely respectful in the majority of all the restrictions and to the staff that have to work in those environments and implement those mitigations as well. But of course, you know, we all want to get back to the pub. We want to have a fabulous pint with our friends, meet up, have a coffee, have a great meal, have a great roast. I cannot wait for mine on Sunday. And, you know, it is a real symbol of life getting back to normal for us. So, you know, we all should be asking now, you know, we've done our part, but let's get the restrictions removed on the 21st of June. Let's get back to life as normal and let's help save our pubs.
Are you personally looking forward to a normal life again, to be able to walk into any bar you like and have a drink?
Oh, very much so. I've already been doing a tour, I have to say, as we've gone through the phases of reopening, be it outdoor in April and now indoors, and then in the different parts of the country as they've reopened as well. It is great just to go back to the pub and see the smiles on people's faces from the staff and teams that have come back to serving people and doing what they love to do, but from pub goers and people and friends just meeting up and sort of remembering, do you know what? This is amazing. We all come here, we have a sense of community and it all meets at the pub. So it means an awful lot to me to be able to represent something that I'm so passionate about in beer and pubs. Our fantastic brewers have been through it this time of this pandemic as well. And it would be great just to give that confidence back to them, to know that they can brew at volume. We know that we'll be able to sell that stock, and people will know that their pub will be open.
And that's The Leader. We're off on Monday, but back on Tuesday. Hit the follow button to make sure you don't miss the episode.